back with another breakdown. James Dillis here from Sweet Science of Fighting. We have Ilia Topuria's training vlog here. So it looks like it's 10 training sessions, I'm assuming in 5 days. That's my very loose translation of me knowing no Georgian. So we're going to run through just some of his training sessions. Again, I don't know, what days things are done what. So we're just going to kind of assume from here. He is, let me mute that. He's fighting end of October, and this was uploaded 4 days ago. So we can probably assume this was either early, mid-August. So we're about 10 to 12 weeks out from the fight. So we'll use that as a proxy for, potentially what's going on. So we're starting with a bit of road work in the beginning. I guess just trying to build that little base, logging some miles with that conditioning. All right. Okay, then we're into the training session. Okay, so now we're into, I guess, the strength training. Resistance muscular. Preparatory physical. Okay. So it looks like we're doing some, I don't know if it's a circuit or, it looks like it might be a circuit. So if we go back to the kettlebell circuit, so it's swings, kettlebell clean and press, and a single arm kettlebell high pull. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. And then into an ab superset of Russian twists, medicine ball throw sit-ups, and then into like a little landmine, like little rotation and punch. And a little bit of landmine rotation at the end of that. Okay, so that was the session. Okay. One good thing about the session is the low number of exercise being used. So I can't say it's low volume or not, because I don't know how many sets he's doing on these circuits, but because there's only, say, 3 supersets, it's likely going to be lower volume than something that's just jam-packed full of different exercises. So that's one good thing there. I will say that a lot of it looks like very kind of just that middle of the road intensity in the gym, and it doesn't really address strength, power, or speed. It's kind of just addressing work, which is typically a problem, I think, in a lot of programs where there's no real intent behind them. And there needs to be some form of intent if you want to get that adaptation out of the strength training. So, for example, this looks like this will be the main movement of the day. It's the kettlebell circuit. Now, depending on what you want to get out of it, you need to either be, say, doing fast and heavy kettlebell swings if your goal is to potentially improve that stretch shortening cycle with the hips, with the swing, the kettlebell coming back, and you're rapidly, using the hips to bring the kettlebell forward again. So maybe you're developing strength and power of that kind of posterior area. Or if you're doing, say, kettlebell clean and press, you probably want it heavy enough where it's challenging and you're having to recruit high threshold motor units. So obviously type 2 muscle fibers, and being able to potentially, or essentially recruit more of them, hypertrophy them, and then to also increase the number of signals to those muscle fibers to recruit them. So then you've got kind of the adaptations you want to enhance strength, power, speed. When you're just kind of just doing work in a circuit like that, you're not doing enough intently that's going to let you get into those muscle fibers. Remember, there's a threshold. You only start to use type 2 muscle fibers when you need them, which means you need to do something to stimulate them. When you're just doing work, a lot of it is just kind of type 1, muscle fiber recruitment. That's not to say that you're not going to get more explosive or it's not helpful, but if you're in the gym, your goal is to get stronger, get more powerful, get faster, and that means the exercises and the way you do them should reflect that. Then we're into the ab circuit. Completely fine, nothing wrong with that. I'll probably place that at the end of the session instead of in the middle. This little landmine thing is same thing. There should be some intent behind it. I'm assuming this would be kind of like another quote-unquote power-based exercise, but it's so slow, and because there's no ballistic action on that punch there, like there's nothing going on there to build speed, essentially. And same thing with this little rotation at the beginning into that So it's almost like an extra conditioning workout instead of a strength power session. Whereas something like a landmine throw, if you're still using a landmine, you can use medicine balls, I think they're better, but if you're just doing like a landmine throw, at least you have some kind of ballistic action in there. Or even if you're just doing a basic push press, to be honest, that will probably give you that'll be a better exercise than doing what he's doing there. Okay, let's see what else we got. Looks like we got some nice car there. So aerobic session, it looks like, with that athleticism. So they are 10 to 12 weeks out, so I'm assuming right now they're kind of just looking at building some kind of base and just doing a lot of volume. So the road work was in the morning. I'm assuming this is a different day. It looks potentially like they're doing, I'm assuming 400 meter repeats. So this will probably be kind of his middle to higher intensity work, I'm assuming. Whereas his road work in the mornings is probably his lower intensity work. So he's getting kind of both those in there. Yeah, I'm assuming this is 400 meter repeats. Yeah. So it looks like he's covering kind of both those bases there. Nothing wrong with that. Looks brutal though. Damn. Okay. And then are we... Is it back in the gym? Or has he got something else? Specific something. I don't know Georgian, so I'm just kind of translating from other bits and pieces that I can figure out. Let's see, where else are we going? What else we got? Looks like some recovery, sauna, oxygen tent, and cryo, and red light. It's got all the bells and whistles in there. Okay. Then we're back on the treadmill. Aerobic indoors. Okay. So yeah, assuming he's just building more, it looks like he's just building more of a base, more centrally targeted conditioning. So when we're talking conditioning, I think the easiest way to look at it is preferentially targeting central adaptations around the heart or peripheral adaptations at the muscle, which if you're looking at it from a physiological standpoint or adaptation standpoint, then obviously you can just look at things at a performance standpoint. You know, are you running faster than before? Are you running further than before, etc.? Those are other easy metrics that you can use to kind of gauge your conditioning and base your conditioning off. With this work, yeah, it's likely more centrally targeted, which means you're improving the ability, you know, pull blood in the heart so you can pump more per heartbeat, a stronger heart contraction, these kind of things. What else we got? Oh, I think that's it. Yep, so we covered most of the stuff there. So it seems like being this far out from a fight, mainly aerobic based work. In the gym, I think that should be more geared towards maybe maximal strength, maximal power style work, not just this kind of doing work for the sake of doing work. It definitely needs some more intensity in there. And by intensity, I don't mean harder work. I mean heavier loads or loads being moved faster. I think that's the one thing in this video that's apparent. Nothing wrong with kind of the running and things like that. Just that gym work is kind of lacking in improving strength and power. So if you like this video, let me know down in the comments. And if you have anyone you want me to break down, throw it down there too. Or just DM me and I'll see you in the next video.